Jenna Cashew, the Pfister's narrator-in-residence, Radio Milwaukee staffer, reporting today for Third Coast Digest. I'm here with Valerie Harmon, Milwaukee Ballet Company dancer. She'll be dancing in the Genesis competition, and she has agreed to come here and talk to us about the performance that she'll be doing. So Valerie, can you tell us a little bit about the piece that you're doing?
Sure, I'm in Lauren Edson's piece, and the piece, there's a lot of different components to it. There's a lot of group work, there's some pas de deux work, some solo work, and a lot of very intricate, very interesting movement. I think there's a lot for people to take away their own feelings from it, a lot of interesting gestures, a lot more intricate movement maybe with the upper body than you would see us do, very, very free, and the gestures themselves are interesting. There's points where covering your face completely or just the mouth, and I think that leaves so much for people to really look beyond just steps in a different way and maybe see how that connects to the music in a way that they wouldn't have heard that piece of music and think the same thing.
Great. And what do you like best about this competition?
I like the fact that you see everyone, your coworkers, in a different light, and it's a completely different process than we're used to. The choreographers are challenged by the fact that they don't really get a say who's in the piece, so they don't know what they're working with until they've drawn the names from the hat. But at the same time, it makes for some really great, interesting new partnerships and group dynamics, and my favorite part is getting to sit in the audience once we put it together and watch my coworkers surprise me with what they can do, because I think we forget how talented each of us can be individually.
That's great. So what has surprised you most about the choreographers in this competition?
I don't think there's one specific surprise. Just watching their movement, Lauren's, everything is so fluid. She makes everything look so easy. But each of the others have their own unique style and their own interpretation of music or rhythm or a story and just the process in general. So it makes for every day, you don't really know what to expect, but that's the most fulfilling thing as an artist, is to feel like you've pushed yourself that extra bit every day.
Great. Thank you so much. We look forward to watching you perform.
Thank you.
After the initial pushes,
I'm here with Rachel Mailhorn, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the piece that she's dancing in for Genesis. Rachel, what's the title of the piece and the choreographer that you're working with?
Well, actually, right now our piece doesn't have a title, which is still in the process of being created. Our choreographer's name is Gabrielle Lamb, and she's been really great to work with. She's very thoughtful. I would say that our piece is very exploratory, so we're doing a lot of that in the studio with her, so it's been fun so far.
Okay, great. And I understand this is a competition, so there are some certain team dynamics. Is your team in it to win it, or are you guys really just dancing for the love of dance?
I have had this question asked to me every time we do the competition, and I think for us, for me personally, it's never really about the competition, because our goal together is to put on a really good show for everyone to see. And something I really like about this competition is that each piece always ends up being so different. So it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges if you try to say one piece is better than the other. And also, you never really know who's going to win, because there have been in past years a piece that I thought was for sure going to win that came in third. So I think there's definitely a group dynamic that's built among the people, because you only have 8 dancers out of our whole company. So you definitely bond with the people you're working with. And everyone does have a lot of pride in their own work. So, but I wouldn't say there's, fierce competition. It's more, I think, just everyone trying to create great art together.
Fantastic. And what do you think is the hardest part about this competition?
I think, well, I can imagine that the hardest part is actually for the choreographer.
It'll be more interesting than that. You all look awful.
Hi, I'm here with Tim O'Donnell. Tim, can you tell me the name of the piece you're in and who the choreographer is?
Yeah, the piece is called Biorhythm and the choreographer is James Gregg.
Perfect. Now, as a past winner of this competition, who do you think might win this year?
Well, I know who I think will win, but I don't want to tell you.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So what about this piece has allowed you to explore other areas of dancing for you?
Well, James currently is working with a sort of hip-hop and contemporary dance company, so I think hip-hop is something I have no experience with. So some of the elements that he works in are really, really challenging for all of us.
No, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
One more thing, I know you are a choreographer as well. What do you prefer, dancing or choreographing?
It's really hard to say, actually. When I look at it as two different parts of my career. I'm 50% a dancer and 50% a choreographer, and they both mean a lot to me.
Fantastic, well good luck.